Thanks very much, Ron. And thank you all for coming such a wet and depressing Friday afternoon. I'm very grateful. It's much easier lecturing to an empty lecture theatre, but in fact not very satisfying. I'm a great believer in the adage attributed to that great German leader of the 19th century, Otto von Bismarck, that one doesn't control one's destiny. Instead, all you can do, he said, is float on the river and steer. And that's certainly the way it was for me. Years ago, before most of you were born, I was contemplating what to do with my academic life. At the time, in the wake of the Vietnam War, counterinsurgency was all the rage. So I went for that, seeking scholarships in the States and in Australia. I have to say that I failed completely. And one Sunday morning back in the UK, I realised I'd need to change direction. And that very day, in the morning paper, there was an advert for a history lecturer in naval history at the Royal Naval College, Dartmouth in the UK. A bit desperate, I put in for it. I read a book on Nelson on the train to the interview, and unbelievably, I got the job. I arrived at the college, the seagulls called, the sun glittered on the water, ships moved in and out. Within hours of my arrival, I was hooked. And I haven't changed ever since. So if I'm honest, when asked by people, as I sometimes am, why study navies? I have to say, well, I just like them. But there are other more serious reasons too, and that's what I really want to talk about this afternoon. So thanks to you all for the opportunity. I argue that navies are a window into the states they serve and the strategic environment in which they operate. Together, the state and that strategic environment endow navies with the assets, the roles, and the resources with which to perform those roles. But this is a two-way street because navies have an impact on states and on the strategic environment too. If they didn't have such an impact, after all, there wouldn't be much point in having them. So, for all these reasons, they both illuminate and help